So good morning. Thank you for joining me on Easy Cooking for Non-Lazy Cooks, or by Non-Lazy Cooks. I'm joined this morning by a very special guest, David Wilshin, who has written a book. He's a local chap from near where we live in Ely in Cambridgeshire. And before we get into the book, David, let's go through some of the ingredients that you're going to use for us today to make Basque Egg Piperade. It's a lot simpler than it sounds. So
yeah, fancy name. It's just very nice at some years. It's just a winter warmer. It's very quick. It's basically peppers, onions, garlic, tomatoes, and then on top we've got some lovely eggs. These are actually from my chickens at home. And then you top it off with lovely egg, a couple of anchovies if you like them. I really suggest them. This is just a bit of Basque Espelette pepper seasoning. You can use different. You can use Spanish Pimenton if you haven't. You can't get hold of that. It's a bit specialist. All goes in a pan, sizzles off with a bit of olive oil in a plate, make a little sort of like a thick soup out of it. Lovely, beautiful fried egg on top of some anchovies, crusty bread. Shouldn't take more than 15 minutes if we can work out the pans and stuff properly, because it's not my house.
We'll get there. Before we do, what made you write this book?
Do you know, that was a book I actually, funnily enough, I wrote this for my mother-in-law as a Christmas present once years ago, and we were just talking about it at work, and a colleague of mine says, "Oh, I should get it published," and I said, "Oh, you know, really?" And I thought, no, you should write. There's some good stuff in there. So we did. Got in contact with Austin McCauley, who's the publishers, and they were really keen. So we got it done. Yeah, but I've just millions of I've worked through my whole life, so millions of recipes just floating around, and it's just something different that isn't the same as every cookbook, which is out there, has such similar things everywhere. So just something a bit different, really, and fun, you know.
So a lot of these recipes I've had a look through already. Some are quite easy, some are quite specialist.
Honestly, there's a real mix. Some of them I would say are some of them are practically no cooking at all. Some are no cooking at all. Some are literally just putting some stuff together that you buy. Some are very involved. Some is a right old mix. But the idea is that there's once a week, you know, there's one special meal you can all sit together and enjoy something that's a bit different, and it goes through the year. So there's, you know, everything is seasonal as it goes along, but, you know, again, trying to use different things. There's quite a lot of wild food in there as well. We do a lot of mushroom picking, all that kind of stuff. On things you probably know already, but...
Great stuff. Well, let's get cooking.
Okay.
And then we'll ask you a few questions as well.
Right, okie yeah. So, let me just get some oil. You might have to help me with these, just with the controls.
You let me know what to do, and
that is hot, that smells hot, doesn't it? So...
That's definitely warming it up.
I'm going to just do this out of my mind rather than looking at the thing.
So how do you? I see you cook peppers slightly different to me though. So that was quite a clever way. Take the sides off first.
Take the sides off. What you don't want. Oh, can you turn that down a little bit more?
Yeah.
What you don't want is the pith in here is very bitter in peppers. So it might seem a bit wasteful, but you know, it really does. It can really taint the flavour, I think, pepper pith. You want to get off the best you can of it.
I'm using all the pepper here, all the red pepper.
Another thing you can do, green pepper. People are scared of green pepper. I don't know why. Green pepper is amazing. They use it in Spain. This is the other way to do it. They use it in Spain all the time, green pepper. I love the taste of green pepper. I think it's wonderful. And then some...
I think we've done this before, haven't you, David?
Once or twice, yeah. I've done my time chopping vegetables, particularly when I first had a job I did. I had in Spain. I worked in Madrid for a while.
Yeah.
I went to university there actually, and I was not particularly academic. And I got the job because I was working in a sort of part-time as a cook in a pub in England, really nice one actually in Portsmouth. And I got offered a job as like a sort of dog's body in a restaurant basically.
Yeah.
And so I did an industrial placement for a year in there, and then I managed to finish my degree in the end, just about, and then just worked straight away. I loved it. I stayed on there and worked as a chef there for a while, and then after that, I got a really nice job in the Caribbean. I worked there for a while doing that.
All around food?
Oh yeah, as a chef again in the Caribbean, which was fun. incredibly hard work. We used to do a lot of sort of in villa catering for the rich and famous. So you go to their super plush apartments and, you know, cook them meals in their apartment and stuff. That was fun. Hard work, but.
So you've always been in food then?
Yeah, I mean, since I've always been into food, you know, I've always been, I think, I tend to find the best cooks in the world, wherever the background, are people who are greedy. You know, you've got to be into food. You know, you've got to enjoy what you're doing. You've got to love eating. You know.
Of course, smart is already.
That's garlic, isn't it?
So far you put in the 3 peppers, 2 cloves of garlic.
Yep.
Maybe a third one.
Yeah, get some more garlic in, because this will cook, you know, this is going to cook for quite a while. So this garlic will just sweeten up the intensity of it. It won't be, these can just be rough old chunks, because you want a bit of texture on it actually, because they won't, by the time it's finished cooking, it won't be that strong. And then some onion. Wow, tough onions.
Yeah. Also not the best knife.
Do you know, it's also not the worst actually.
You do try to sharpen them.
Yeah, it's you know, when you go around someone else's house and you try and cook something and
I don't like
every knife is like horribly
I
blunt.
always cut myself.
You know, they do say you're like to cut yourself with blunt knives. And it is actually, to a certain extent, it's true because it sort of jumps around all over the place. If it's not sharp, the trouble is with very sharp knives, if you do cut yourself, it's going to be a lot worse. Go.
So for those watching, we will put annotations on screen as to what's going in here. So that's so far as the 3 peppers, 3 loaves of garlic, red onion. I have a feeling it's not going to stop there.
There we go. That's the basis of that in.
Lovely. Is that hot enough in there?
Yeah, I think that's perfect actually.
We'll just the lid on this.
Just put a little bit of
Salt.
A little bit of salt in there.
It's like a
You know,
tablespoon of salt.
yeah, like a teaspoon or so. Don't be scared of salt. I think everyone gets scared of salt, but there's more pepper here. All the recommendations with salt. The trouble is because people eat so much processed food. You know,
Salted in the body already.
everything's got salt in, yeah, and even you know down to breakfast cereal or whatever. If you're making fresh food all the time, you have to worry about salt because you know it's the added salt in everything that's causing everyone's health problems. So what we've got in there, we've got onion, peppers, garlic, great. Okay.
So what are you doing these days then, David, food-wise?
So now I work for the Cambridge Cheese Company, where I have done for 15 years or so now. And we, which is right in the centre of Cambridge. And we are a delicatessen, but we just specialise in like top-end artisan food. And we source food from all over. We sell a lot of British, primarily cheese, but lots of other charcuterie and olives and all these sort of, these sort of ingredients are all from the shop, you know. Specialist food, basically, mostly from Europe. We go to the Rungis market in Paris every couple of weeks or so. I don't get to go that often. Mostly someone goes for us now. And buy lots of beautiful stuff from there. We source lots of cheeses and charcuterie direct from the farms in the UK. Lots of very nice relationships with all very small scale, all very artisan. Yeah. Lots of raw milk stuff, lots of beautiful things.
So the Cambridge Cheese Company, I believe we can follow on Twitter.
Instagram is the best thing for the Cambridge Cheese Company. Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
So there we go. We'll pop a link for that.
We do Facebook a little bit, but we tend to find most of the traffic is through Instagram. These lovely, wonderful, easy open packs. Chuck a couple of bay leaves.
Now, bay leaves I use in my soup.
Yeah. That
we do, but never eat them.
No.
Always take them out.
Always take them out.
Always take them out.
They have a very, very strong flavour. Yeah. And you know what? You can really overdo it with bay quite easily, actually.
Yeah.
You can really end up everything just tasting of that. I think what we'll do, we're going to put a little bit of Espelette pepper in here. So Espelette pepper is, it's a type of Basque. It's very specialist Basque pepper. It grows in September.
It's not like a pepper that gets up your nose.
No, they have a huge festival of all these peppers strung up everywhere. It is a specialist. It's slightly spicy.
Yeah.
Without being too spicy. It is a specialist ingredient. I mean, you can always have a look online. It shouldn't be hard to find online.
Yeah.
I mean, we sell it at the Cambridge Cheese Company, but
What's that? Teaspoon
if not,
there, a tablespoon?
teaspoon or so.
Teaspoon, yeah.
It depends how peppery and hot you like it. It does have a little bit of piquance, you know.
Yeah.
But if not, just use some Spanish Pimenton or whatever. Or it just has a bit of extra. Touch more.
Just to let you know, if you do want this recipe, you can get it in this book. It's number 50. I mean, every one of these comes with beautiful pictures, you know, showing all the different.
That's the guy in Ely Market, fishmonger. Yeah.
Where's he gone? There he is. So if anybody recognises him, there he is.
I did ask his permission.
Yeah.
Well, that was done by someone I knew of, who I grew up with near in Norfolk. I don't actually know by name, but off Instagram, and he had pictures of St George's mushrooms, and I pinched that. I think we'll put a lid on this now.
Right, there we go.
We've got some heat in there.
There we are.
And turn it down a smidge.
Do
you know what we forgot? We've forgotten something.
The tomatoes.
Yeah, let's get those in.
I did that the other day when we were making banana bread. I forgot the bananas.
It's banana bread. It's very bready.
Yeah.
And what we'll do, actually, is we'll pop. Use that, get the juice out of there. And perhaps it's a smaller. You have to judge by what. The trouble with cooking and following recipes, I always find, is you have to be able to sort of improvise a little bit where you can, because I would cover this when I made this. I'd use a wider pan with a lid on, and you'd cover it because it would evaporate much quicker.
Yeah.
But when you're in a pan like this, because you've got a smaller area, it's going to evaporate a lot less quicker. So we'll probably just leave it with a lid off.
Okay.
And that'll bubble down nicely. And I think we probably get that hot. Leave that for about 10 minutes.
Right, so David, this has been going for about 10 minutes, so let's have a quick recap. What's in here?
So we have peppers, 3 different types of peppers. We have garlic, we have onions, we've got a little bit of bay, we've got a tin of very nice plum tomatoes we were just discussing. Never use cheap tin tomatoes, life's too short. A little bit of salt, a little bit of olive oil, and you can see the colour now. It's getting all silky and it's reducing and it's beautiful and vibrant. All the peppers are going lovely and soft.
That certainly has thickened quite well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we put about half a pint of water in, didn't we?
Yep.
Something like that. And now what we're going to do, that's ready, so we're turning this down. It's down as low as it will go.
That's it.
We've got some beautiful anchovies ready to drape all over the top.
Now, we were just talking about anchovies, weren't we?
Yeah.
So let's get this right. These are not the anchovies that you'll find on cheap pizzas or anything like that.
These are, so anchovies like everything, but it's specifically with a few things like anchovies. But if you spend more money on them, they are a completely different thing. Most people think that they hate anchovies. You get nice ones like you did. They're actually
I just tasted one and I was really surprised that I like these. You
get a lot of ones from all over the world. These are from the Cantabrian Sea, so they're just cold water anchovies, which spend a lot longer growing. So they're they grow a lot slower.
Yeah.
So because they're cold water, and they're much sweeter flavour, much nicer. So we were just
saying that if you're going to make a meal, you know, don't necessarily skimp on the products that you're buying.
No, not if they're. I mean, if there's a difference between a decent, you know, a cheap tin of tomatoes for 30-40p and really nice one for £1, 50p, 60p extra, and it's at least double as nice.
Yeah.
You know, if it's a main ingredient, you may as well go for it and use something nice.
Fabulous.
Like with eggs. We're going to cook some eggs now, but I mean, I'm lucky we have chickens, so these are our eggs.
Yeah.
But, you know, you've got to get the best eggs you can get. You always have to buy, you know, at the very least, free-range RSPCA monitored. Organic ones, you know, just because, A, it's nicer on animals, you know, no one should be kept in cages
so
like
these recently laid, these ones?
That one were laid this morning.
Fabulous.
So there we go.
Super fresh.
Now we're going to cook eggs. Now, a lot of people use butter to cook eggs. I don't like that. I think it's the key with egg. You know, it's a big debate, isn't it, on how you cook a proper egg. But this is how I do it. Well, I might ask you to help me out here in a second. I can start dishing those up once we get those eggs in.
Okay.
I'm just going to So, what you want is this oil needs to be hot. You can see it's hot because it's starting to smoke.
Yep.
Maybe if let's turn the heat of this one off now.
Okay.
And then I'll get an egg in, and once I get one in, we can start slopping that out on some plates. Slopping is the wrong word. We need to break up a bit of bread as well while we're doing it. There's some bread over there. Let's get some of that ready. So a nice hot pan. Plenty of oil. In it goes. And straight away they should be sizzling up. And look at the colour of those yolks. Proper red.
Now, is it true it's difficult to break the yolk of an egg if it's fresh?
It's definitely harder. Yeah, they definitely. It's a very sign of like old eggs. Is that the yolks run? And what I tend to do, it's going to spit a bit. But you want to start popping that on the old plates, Smart. I just tend to get some of this oil and look at that. So you're almost just poaching it in oil, basically. Perfectly cooked, so they're nice and crispy around the edges and on the bottom. Then that's it, done. And then we shall pop them there. One there. Out of the way. And then a couple of these on top. And there's, you know, it depends if you like anchovies or not. Like at home, me and my daughter would say we'd go through about 3 tins of these. Crusty bread. There we go. On a day like today, horrible and cold and windy, that is warming and fiery and
that looks absolutely
super nutritious as well, by the way. I mean, the amount of vitamins, minerals, proteins, oily fishes, omegas, everything in there. That's.
And this is.
See how it looks compared to that.
BASQUE egg piperade. Look.
Oh, that's not bad.
I would say that is very, very close. Look at that. Amazing. And a very simple meal. 3 peppers, garlic, tomatoes.
I mean, it's almost a use-up stuff at home. You know, you know, it's a really good one to have for super fast.
Right, let's try the pudding tasting, shall we?
Go for it.
Shall we have a little dig in here and let's see what we've got. It's nice and it's going to be hot. It's going to be very hot, but we'll give it a go. Oh, that is an amazing flavour just in that there.
Let's get a bit. A little bit of spice from that. Look at that egg.
Egg is breaking lovely. Look at that. Nice and yellow.
Get your bread in there and just look at that. Beautiful.
Look at that there.
Bit naturally. Oh man, that's so nice. Oh, excuse me now, I'm sitting
Some of this. Look at this. Look. Let's break a bit of that off there. Again, let's dip that in the egg. Let that egg run everywhere. I love egg juice flowing everywhere. That is amazing.
You like it?
Well, I could see eat that.
Yeah, I know. I'm really hungry.
We're getting everybody hungry while they're watching us. David, that is amazing.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
I'll try and talk again now. So, this recipe and 51 others are in David's new book. A year of recipes to share with family and friends. Available from lots of booksellers, Toppings, Amazon, most of the online things. Also available from the publisher.
Yep.
Austin Macaulay. So go to their website, you'll be able to buy it. And if the rest of them are anything like that,
yeah,
that is amazing. So
I'd most like to say, we've got it at the Cambridge Cheese Company as well.
And also available at the Cambridge Cheese Shop in Cambridge. So visit the shop as well. And I plan to over the next couple of weeks. So thank you very much, David.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for letting me into your kitchen, making a mess.
That's fine. For food like that, we'll let you. We'll polish this off.
Let's get this down. Let's
And thank you for joining us. And I'll get the recipe up online with the video. So if anybody wants to have a go, it's there to do so.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Cheers.
Thank you.